Why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops. Minnesota Fighting Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores fed the local media jackals on Tuesday, normal coordinator press conference day, and said some things and some stuff. Vikings' nice performances the last couple of weeks, coinciding with the return of Blake Cashman outside. How about that? As well as looking forward to the Bears and the unique challenges that they present. So let's dive on in. So solid effort against the Titans. Needed to clean up big plays, and I feel like this is the perfect situation for Flores, where they were dominant at times, 5 sacks and getting consistent pressure, shutting down the run as well. But the 98-yard touchdown, that's gonna, if Flores had hair, he would pull it out. I mean, that's stuff that just is unacceptable, as well as they were bailed out by a penalty, but that 51-yard touchdown bomb to Ridley as well, some breakdowns on the back end, but also it's part and parcel of, hey, if you send an all-out blitz, it's got to get home, right? Otherwise, guys are going to be exposed on the back end. Happy for Patrick Jones' second success. Has worked hard, has really progressed as a player, and that's really been a theme too, where I know that fans want microwave now, but guys can continue to progress not only physically but also mentally. Get a higher football IQ, absorb more knowledge, get acclimated to the NFL game. And just because a player coming in isn't an all-pro right when he touches his first NFL field doesn't mean that he can't develop into something down the line. Guys progress at different levels. It's like the exact same thing with Jared Verse versus Diamond Dallas Turner. Jared Verse is 2.5 years older than Turner. Let's see where Turner is in 2.5 seasons, right? So, yeah. Also talked about how the Bears did well Sunday against the Packers. The entire coaching staff reviewed the game film together, which is what Kevin O'Connell has been doing, both sides. So it's kind of interesting. The Bears ran the ball well, controlled the clock under new offensive coordinator Thomas Brown, taking over for Shane Waldron. Also studs at the skill positions. Shouted out Rome and DJ and Keenan Allen. Definitely have history with all of them. Plus, just the Vikings going to have to handle their business, communicating well, playing sound defense. And, Caleb Williams is going to be unique, even though he's had some struggle the last couple weeks. They're starting to get healthy, starting to get some guys back on the O-line. But Williams' mobility, making plays off script, and it's probably going to be a similar game plan as earlier in the season when they face quarterbacks with mobility like Purdy and Daniel Jones. A must rush, keep him in the pocket. Don't just try to get upfield and open up running lanes for him where he can either run or just make plays. So it's going to be tough. Also, Jalen Redmond. Shout out to him, XFL superstar, and Ryan Grigson, the assistant to the regional general manager, took point on that. And Red has size, quickness, also a different perspective since he wasn't handed his job in the NFL. He had to work hard coming out of Oklahoma, had a cup of coffee with the Panthers, although he was hurt, and then went to the XFL, and that now is here and is firmly in the defensive line rotation. Had a nice play against the Tennessee Titans, almost. Got that safety on Tony Pollard. But the emergence of Redmond is also one of the reasons why Levi Drake Rodriguez has been a healthy scratch throughout most of these games. Because, Redmond, he's been good. He's been really damn fantastic throughout. He kind of reminds me of Tom Johnson a little bit, Sort of bounced around, came out of nowhere, finally found his niche, and is doing some really good things. Love me some Jalen Redmond. Also, this is funny. So he shouted out Jonathan Grenard and Hadi Ward. So he's talked about Ward before just being hilarious and being a great vibes guy, but Grenard is also hilarious. And he said that they're the funniest dudes on the team. Compared them to his 10 and 11-year-old sons where, sometimes they're just laughing out of nowhere. Usually they're ripping on him, Flores. And sometimes you have to separate them to get things done because they're just so freaking funny together. I love it, man. But with Grenard, his leadership, his play style, just being a football junkie, always want. And that's the thing that really stands out about this defense and this team writ large is that they're always asking why. Not being insubordinate, but wanting to know the why and the how behind everything, right? So they love football. They're developing their football IQ. They want to know why this is, why that is, and it really helps out. This is a very high football IQ team across the board, and I think that all trickles down from Flores, where he sets the standards, and what you tolerate is a standard. And you're not going to tolerate bad football. You're just not going to do that, or unsound football. Like if you get beat physically, that's one thing, but if you get beat mentally, can't have that. Also, talk about how Grenard was, sort of a 4-3 hand the dirt defensive end in Houston, and now is turning into a true blue outside linebacker where he's setting the edge, dropping into coverage, doing all those things, and he's doing it really damn well. Also, run game dominance, the guys up front, Tilly, Bullard, Phillips, as well as just a team effort stopping the run, a really unselfish group, and that is what it takes, especially stopping the run. You have your gaps, you have your assignments, and don't try to play hero ball. And you notice this too, like during the game where every single tackle, there's 3, 4, 5 Vikings rallying to the football, which is fantastic to see. Also, DeAndre frickin' Swift. Seeing him, quote, last time we saw him, it wasn't great. That was week 2 last year where DeAndre Swift, then with the Eagles, ran for a career high 175 yards. Like 6.5 yards a carry, something ridiculous like that. So I can't have that again. Then, asked about how Andrew Van Ginkel has grown and evolved since his days in Miami. And Flores was just straight up, is like, I play him more than in Miami. But just like Grenard, everyone on this team, they want to learn. Quote, Flores on AVG wants to learn the game and apply what he's learned, and he has really grown his football IQ throughout his career. Plus, physically adding size in the weight room so that he can hold up against the run as well as rush the passer. And I think it was Collar, amongst the media jackals, who brought up a combination, a very rare combination of size, coverage ability, tackling ability, getting after things. Old Clay Matthews. Now, not jabroni Clay Matthews with the Packers, but his pops. Clay Matthews, back in the day, badass linebacker for the Browns. And, Flo was all about that because, of course, for a number of years, the Browns head coach was Bill Belichick, and Belichick loves him, the linebackers, and Belichick, Flores got a little smirk because he reminisces, like, I'm sure that Belichick has brought up Clay Matthews 17,000 times. Oh, he was a really good linebacker back in the days, or Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks, Clay Matthews, or That's exactly what it was. Also, Hadi Ward. I feel like Hadi Ward is one of the more underappreciated players on this team, but central key piece to the rotation. Brings energy, brings vibe, gets after the quarterback, has a great nose for it, is very versatile where he can line up to. Plus, he says that he's Hadi Ward is his kid's favorite player, and they copy his sack and celebration dance. And also, every day they ask, what's the Hadi story of the day? And Flores always has something funny. And you notice this about the defense, too, because not only does it come out through, like, the Flores pressers, but also, the players talking to the media and, the whole tell us of Metellus, gives us a glimpse, too. Like, just the vibes on this team and this defense specifically are just immaculate. It's a high football IQ, there's low to no drama, and it's all about the team. And that's exactly why they're successful. That's why they're the number one defense in the National Football League right now. They're just vibing. And if you got a guy like Brian Flores talking about vibes, that's a good spot. So I don't think that Flores is just going to leave just to leave. Like, he loves coaching this group. They love him as well. So we'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Flores Tuesday presser ahead of Bears week. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You know what to do. Skull, production value.